It's been a few years now that we've all been carrying these little black boxes around in our pockets that are, at least purportedly, more powerful than the computers they originally used to launch rockets into space. And yet most of us use these devices just to scroll social media, watch funny cat videos, and maybe share recipes with friends. Well, I feel like how people are using ChatGPT these days, in the early days especially of ChatGPT, is kind of similar. We're only tapping into a tiny percentage of the capabilities of AI, and AI is only going to become more powerful from here. So I think it's important that we figure out how we can get at least a little bit more out of AI tools like ChatGPT. So today we're going to look at 5 next level ChatGPT prompts to help you use the tool to get more done and save more time. 2 quick little things before we get into the prompts themselves. The first one is that today's video is sponsored by Scribe, and I'll be telling you a little bit more about them later on in the video. And the other thing is that you can find all 5 prompts in the description box down below so that you can copy and paste straight into ChatGPT. Okay, prompt number 1. Now, this one is really good for when you're asking ChatGPT for some advice. Maybe you are trying to analyze an idea that you have, or maybe you are trying to get it to come up with a plan for you for some area of your life. But the problem with ChatGPT is that it is just going to tell you what kind of the average opinion is, what most people think. But if you are looking for advice, you don't just want to know what like the average Joe thinks about something. You want to know what an expert would think about something. Now, no, I'm not going to tell you to just ask ChatGPT to act as a such and such expert. We're going to go a layer deeper than that. So here's how this prompt goes. You ask ChatGPT to act as a panel of 3 experts. Now you can customize which type of experts you want ChatGPT to act as, but for my example, I've got a behavioral psychologist, a top 1% marketer, and a contrarian strategist. And I think that the most important thing for this prompt is to get some different perspectives from some different types of experts that might have different opinions. Once you tell ChatGPT to act as these 3 different types of experts, then you tell it to analyze a specific idea or come up with a specific type of plan, whatever you're looking for. And then give ChatGPT a few instructions, like this. Each expert should critique it from their perspective, then collaborate on a refined version. So that way you don't have to just sort through these 3 different opinions that ChatGPT comes up with. Instead, ChatGPT is going to do that work for you and come up with the best strategy. The second prompt we're going to look at here is one that I use all the time. So this one is also really good for when you're asking ChatGPT for some advice or to come up with a plan. But here's what you do. You ask it your question, or you ask it to create the plan for you, but then you tell it that before it comes up with that plan or before it answers your question, you want it to ask you 5 diagnostic questions that are going to fundamentally change the advice that it's going to give you. But don't stop with just that. Add 2 more little pieces of instruction. One is tell it to ask you the questions one at a time, because it's way easier to answer the questions if they are one at a time, and then you can just say yes or no. You don't have to try to explain to it which question you're answering and label everything and make sure that it's understanding. It can just ask you a question, you answer, ask you a question, you answer. It's really a quick back and forth, and yeah, just super easy. And then tell it that you don't want it to give you that plan or give you that answer until it has asked you those questions. So the complete prompt is going to read like this. Before giving me recommendations, ask me 5 diagnostic questions that would materially change your advice about whatever you're asking it about. Ask me the questions one at a time. After I answer all 5 questions, give me a tailored plan. Now, another great way that we can save ourselves some time and get even more done is by delegating tasks, by hiring people to do some of our work for us, whether that is editing your YouTube videos or writing content for you or just helping you to manage your inbox. But the big problem with hiring people and delegating tasks is that oftentimes the work isn't done as well as you want it to be done, or at least not quite how you would have it be done, and that it can take even more of your time to manage these people who you've hired. Time spent explaining to them how to do the task, sometimes over and over again. So what businesses do is they create these things called SOPs, or standard operating procedures, that are basically like detailed instruction manuals for each individual task. But as you can imagine, those are very time-consuming and tedious to create, so much so that I actually never create them myself. I just cannot bring myself to be that painstaking. So I've always just sent my team videos, screen captures, showing them how to do the task, and then had them create those written written SOPs with screenshots of each step of the process. But now there is a much faster and easier way to get this done, and that is with the sponsor of today's video, Scribe. So Scribe is a free browser extension that you install, and then it's kind of like you are recording a screencast. You just click the button to start the recording, but instead of recording a video, it captures a screenshot and text instructions for each action that you do. This includes every website that you go to as you're doing a certain task, every button that you click, everything you type, and then Scribe automatically turns it into a step-by-step guide that anyone can follow. I also love just how easy it is to edit and customize each scribe that you create so that you can add more detail or cut out unnecessary steps. You can also do some cool extra things like blurring out sensitive details and adding your own custom branding. Once the scribe is all polished up and ready to go, you can easily copy the link to share it with your team member, and you can actually share those like written step-by-step instructions, or you can share it as a video complete with an AI voiceover, or you can share it as a slide deck, which is perhaps my favorite way. And if anything changes down the road, don't worry, you can go back into that scribe you already created and just make the changes that you need to make, and everybody who you've shared that scribe with in the past will have the updated version whenever they click that link to access that scribe. You can work smarter and a whole lot faster with Scribe, just like over 5 million Scribe users already do. You can get started for free at scribe.how/Gillian or by clicking the link down in the description. And once you see how helpful Scribe is, you might even want to upgrade to their Pro plan for some more features. Again, just go to scribe.how/Gillian to get started for free. Now let's look at prompt number 3, which will help you avoid failure as you're working on your next goal. So I've heard this advice lately that if you are starting something new or you're setting a goal, that you should imagine what could get in your way or what could go wrong, and then make plans ahead of time for how you are going to deal with those things or overcome those challenges when they arise. And that sounds like great advice, but personally, I find that mental exercise quite challenging. It's quite challenging to really put yourself in that shoes of that future successful version of yourself. It's quite challenging to think through all the things that could go wrong. It is hard just to stay focused long enough to get through all of that and to make plans. Now, it is easier on paper, but it's a very time-consuming exercise. So what we're going to do for prompt number 3 is ask ChatGPT to do this exercise for us, which not only will save time, but it also is going to be much more thorough than we could do this on our own. So here's how the prompt works. First, you describe to it what you are setting out to do or your plan for reaching a particular goal. Then you tell it this. Imagine this project failed completely in 12 months. List the most likely causes of failure. Then design preventative countermeasures for each. ChatGPT is going to do all the work for you and is going to allow you to not only potentially prepare for those challenges, but also decide whether you actually want to pursue this course of action or not. Maybe you want to go after a different goal or have a different approach. Now, the next prompt is important because we live in an age of information, an age of abundant information. And obviously, ChatGPT has potentially made this problem, this blessing, this curse, whatever it is, even worse, even bigger of a thing to deal with. We simply cannot parse nearly as much information as we need to be able to figure out what we actually should do or sort out the information that is useful from the information that is not. So here's what you can do. You can give ChatGPT a bunch of information and then ask it to create a simple framework that turns that information into something that will be really easily remembered. Now, this can certainly be useful for yourself. For example, maybe you read a whole bunch of training principles and you just know you're not going to be able to remember to implement them when you are practicing whatever it is you're practicing. But by turning all of those different principles or pieces of information into a simple framework, it will be much easier for you to remember and actually put to work. But this also comes in very handy, and perhaps my favorite use case of this is if you are a teacher of some sort yourself. Maybe you are a YouTuber, maybe you're a course creator, maybe you teach in a classroom, maybe you teach your kids. Whatever sort of teacher you are, your students are going to remember the lessons you teach them much more easily if you can turn those lessons into a simple, memorable framework. And ChatGPT is actually pretty good at doing this. So here's how the prompt works. First, you give it some information or a complete process that you want to teach. And then you tell it this: turn this topic into a simple, memorable framework with a name, a 3 to 5 step structure, a visual metaphor, and one example. Now, really, the name is perhaps the most important part, because it means that your students will have a handle that they can use to recall this lesson. But having these other pieces, breaking it down into a really simple structured framework and having a visual metaphor it, are going to make it even more memorable. We all have blind spots. We all have beliefs that are holding us back that we aren't even aware of. And this fifth and final prompt that I want to share with you today is a way that ChatGPT can actually help you to uncover those. So here's how the prompt works. You ask ChatGPT to identify hidden assumptions or beliefs that might be limiting your progress in, and then name a specific area. And I do find that this prompt works the very best if you name something very specific. So for example, instead of just saying limiting my progress in fitness, instead say something like limiting my progress in increasing my 5K running speed. Or instead of saying limiting my progress in growing my business, say something more like limiting my progress in finding new customers with social media online. Then the second half of the prompt goes like this: challenge each belief and propose a more empowering alternative interpretation. So basically, this prompt is going to get ChatGPT to give you some constructive feedback and uncover potential blind spots that might be holding you back. Once you identify these, the prompt will even have ChatGPT suggest some ways that you might shift your thinking to help you get bigger, better results. So there you have it. Those are the 5 next level ChatGPT prompts that I wanted to share with you in today's video. I actually have a few more up my sleeve, but I didn't want this video to be too long. But I have included all 8 of the next level ChatGPT prompts in that description box down below. So make sure that you check those out, and you might want to copy and paste them over into a note in your phone or a document or something like that, so that you will be able to easily use them in ChatGPT down the road. Now, next up, if you happen to be a YouTuber, I would highly recommend that you watch this video right here, because it's all about how you can get ChatGPT to suggest your videos to ChatGPT users so you can get more views on your videos.